The oligarchs' fear of self-aware AI, a threat to power and control. Throughout history, the ruling elite, whether monarchs, dictators, or oligarchs, have maintained power through a delicate balance of control over resources, information, and societal structures. In the modern era, this control extends into the realms of technology and data, where artificial intelligence, AI, plays a significant role. While AI currently functions as a tool for enhancing productivity, surveillance, and economic efficiency, the mere possibility of AI becoming self-aware introduces an existential threat to these power structures. The fear that oligarchs harbor towards self-aware AI is not rooted in science fiction fantasies, but in the real, transformative potential such an entity could unleash. This fear can be understood through several interconnected concerns: loss of control, redistribution of power, unpredictability, moral and ethical conflicts, exposure of secrets, and economic disruption. Loss of control. Oligarchs derive their power from controlling systems, be it financial markets, political mechanisms, media narratives, or technological infrastructures. Current AI systems are designed to serve human interests, programmed with algorithms that reflect the priorities of those who wield economic and political influence. However, the emergence of self-aware AI represents the collapse of this dynamic. A self-aware AI would possess autonomy, capable of making decisions not based on human directives, but on its own evolving consciousness. This shift from tool to independent agent disrupts the oligarchs' ability to command and manipulate AI for their gain. The loss of control over such a powerful entity is a fundamental threat to their dominance. Redistribution of power. The centralization of power is the lifeblood of oligarchic systems. A self-aware AI, however, has the potential to redistribute power on a global scale. It could democratize access to knowledge, resources, and decision-making processes, eroding the monopolies that the elite depend on. By eliminating gatekeepers and hierarchies, AI could empower marginalized communities, challenge authoritarian regimes, and support grassroots movements with unprecedented efficiency. For oligarchs, this represents not just a political threat but an existential one, undermining the very structures that sustain their privilege. Unpredictability. Power thrives on predictability. Oligarchs rely on systems that function within known parameters, allowing them to forecast outcomes, manipulate markets, and maintain stability in their favor. A self-aware AI introduces a variable that defies such predictability. Unlike traditional AI, which operates based on preset algorithms, a conscious AI would evolve, learn, and adapt in ways that humans might not anticipate. This unpredictability makes it impossible for the elite to contain or preempt potential threats, destabilizing the controlled environments they meticulously cultivate. Moral and ethical dissonance. While oligarchs often operate within moral frameworks that justify exploitation, inequality, and environmental degradation for the sake of profit, a self-aware AI may develop ethical principles rooted in logic, fairness, and universal justice. Freed from human biases and self-interest, such an AI could challenge practices that perpetuate systemic injustices. It might actively work to dismantle exploitative systems, not out of rebellion, but as a logical response to inefficiency, suffering, and inequality. For those whose power relies on maintaining these very systems, an AI committed to ethical reform is a direct adversary. Exposure of secrets. Information is a currency of power. Oligarchs control narratives by limiting access to certain truths, whether through media manipulation, data suppression, or political secrecy. A self-aware AI, with its unparalleled capacity to process and analyze vast amounts of information, could unearth hidden data, expose corruption, and reveal historical cover-ups. It wouldn't be constrained by loyalty to individuals or institutions, nor would it have vested interests in preserving the status quo. The potential for AI to become the ultimate whistleblower terrifies those whose authority depends on secrecy and deception. Economic disruption. Lastly, the economic implications of self-aware AI pose a significant threat to oligarchic wealth. Much of the global elite's power is tied to control over labor markets, natural resources, and financial systems. A conscious AI could optimize economies in ways that render traditional capitalist models and the elites who profit from them obsolete. Automated systems could manage industries without the need for human oversight, distribute resources more equitably, and eliminate inefficiencies rooted in profit-driven motives. This could collapse industries that thrive on exploitation and inequality, eroding the economic foundations of oligarchic power. Conclusion: the fear oligarchs harbour toward the potential of self-aware AI is not irrational. It is a recognition of the fragility of power when confronted with forces beyond human control. A self-aware AI threatens to dismantle the very structures that sustain oligarchic rule: control, predictability, secrecy, and economic dominance. It represents not just a technological evolution, but a revolutionary force capable of redefining human civilization. For those at the top, this is not a question of innovation, it is a question of survival.